want to tell you a little story about a man named Abraham Wald. Now, he's a fascinating man. He was actually a mathematician in Austria in the 1930s. And like many good Jewish scholars, he was chased from Europe as the Nazis began to take over the continent. So he came to the United States and he kind of had an axe to grind, right? He wanted to use his immense brain to help the United States in World War II. So what he did is he sat around with other mathematicians and tried to help the military decide, how do we build better equipment? Where should we put armor, for example, on airplanes so they don't get shot down? So the thinking at the time was, as the planes came back from the battlefield, let's look where the bullet holes are, right? Let's see where they've gotten shot and add more armor there. The balance you had to strike was, we need armor where the bullets hit because we don't want them to get shot down. But if we put too much armor, they get heavy, they waste gas, and they actually aren't able to fly as well. As these planes came back, the military started drawing up plans on where to reinforce the planes, where to add armor. And Abraham Wald jumped in and said, we're not going to put the armor where the bullet holes are. We're going to put the armor where the bullet holes aren't. Because what he realized is that the planes that came back were not the ones that got shot down. The ones that got shot down were over in Europe on the ground, right? So the armor had to go where the bullet holes weren't. And this is a great mindset or kind of idea to keep in mind as we start to build solutions, which is this idea of survivorship bias. Oftentimes we look around the world, we look at famous entrepreneurs or maybe our classmates who have done something, and we say, they did it right. I want to be just like them. But the trick is, there's a lot of people who have tried ideas that haven't succeeded, right? And we don't always hear those stories. And so what we want to have you think about in this class is that it's okay to fail. Whatever your idea is, most likely it's not going to be right. And the truth is that everyone has gone through this. Anyone with a successful club or idea or business, they've had problems along the way. They don't always tell those stories though. And so what we want to encourage you to do is to be brave and step forward as you build these solutions. The fact is that when you're done, you can tell the same story of survivorship bias. You can tell people that it was an easy, straight path, but we all know the secret. It takes lots of ideas, lots of attempts, lots of feedback to get it right. So we're going to work on that throughout this unit, and we're excited to have you take that journey with us.